What's going on, guys? Seth here for Tasty Loot Gaming, doing a review of Far Cry 5. Now, I have not done a review in a while, so I'm getting back into it, but with every review, I typically like to do a quick review right in the beginning, in case you don't have a whole lot of time to sit here and listen to my ass talk all day. So I'm going to let you know that Far Cry 5 is a phenomenal first-person shooter that plays very, very well. It's probably one of the best in the series, and has a great soundtrack, good story that kind of dips low a couple times, but in my opinion it gets better. And yeah, I loved it. So if you have not played it or you are playing it, keep playing it. Go pick it up. If you're not into first-person shooters or zany shit you can't take serious, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, I liked it. But we have brought in a grading system that we've been doing for a while now, and I will be grading this at the end, so stick around for that, because I used to just kind of do my reviews, let you guys hear it, and take what you want from it, which is pretty much what I still want to do, but I am going to grade this at the end. So let's get into my review. Far Cry 5 starts you as a rookie deputy going into a cult-controlled area of Montana to apprehend their leader, Joseph Seed. As you can imagine, it doesn't go well when you find out just how powerful Eden's Gate, the cult, is, as you are thrust into having to survive on your own in the wild. With nowhere to go, you have to take up arms and liberate the locals to take back Hope County as leader of a much-needed revolution. Far Cry 5 is strong where you'd expect it from prior iterations. Tight controls, explosive action, crazy story, survival elements, vehicles, and exploration. But one fresh thing that Far Cry 5 brings to the table is Hope County as a setting. Beautifully imagined and lush forests with the rolling hills, vast valleys, and densely packed with wildlife, Hope County is truly a place you can live in, offering hunting, fishing, and plenty of activities beyond the main mission to keep you occupied for hours and hours. I found myself wandering, enamored by a sense of exploration and visuals unlike any game I've seen. Hunting with a bow and fishing almost feel like a different game in the best way possible, but I would soon be reminded of what I was playing when I was spotted by cultists passing by and be thrown back into action, remembering I have 3 regions to liberate. Far Cry 5 has a good assortment of weapons and perks you unlock by completing missions and through weapons and gadget-based accolades. I've found it refreshing to progress by having to use a variety of weapons, as I've become used to the typical level-based systems of most games. I don't necessarily like it better, but it is a nice change of pace.
People say that I'm crazy.
Far Cry has always been known for memorable characters, specifically villains. I found Joseph Seed a welcome and refreshing addition to the Far Cry series, bringing someone oddly more identifiable than prior villains. Far Cry 5 is more his story than the rookie you play, in my opinion. I enjoyed the darker, more philosophical approach to a villain with an idea after having the prior rich dictator and crazy pirate leader Voss. The amount of foreshadowing with Joseph Seed makes the finale something I kept thinking about after I finished the game. Sadly, aside from a few key moments, I found Joseph Seed's family largely full of potential but not fully realized. With an intense intro, insane ending, and Faith's whole story arc being something truly special, it is disappointing the other 2 members of the Seed family, John and Jacob, were kind of lackluster. Feeling almost tacked onto an otherwise haunting, dark theme of this land ruled by bliss-filled psychopaths. I had fun playing their regions, but felt nothing for the story during my time going through them. Without going into spoilers, I found the ending of the game largely impacting and great. I know it's divisive and not what some people were expecting, but I actually found myself loving it. I recommend going after Faith last to have the most impact story-wise. After an incredible intro, going through Faith's arc into the finale was the continuation I needed, and left me thinking about what just happened, something no other Far Cry has done. Far Cry 5 introduces a new buddy system allowing you to bring up to 2 characters you encounter, with you adding an element of tactical chaos and life to what could be a very lonely and solitary experience. This is a welcome system I think should stay with the series. I loved it. My personal favorites were Peaches the Cougar, Cheeseburger the Bear, and both pilots Nick Rye and Adelaide Drubman, providing support from above. Speaking of support, the much-wanted co-op of prior games is back and better than ever. You can play the whole game with a friend, go fishing, hunting, and wreak havoc, and it's a complete blast. Aside from some latency issues, I loved every moment playing with a friend. Aside from co-op, they now have Far Cry Arcade, where you can play and create single, co-op, and multiplayer experiences. You level, gain money, and perks that are shared with the single player and the multiplayer. I love this and can't wait to see where it goes. I spent hours making a map, and the publishing system is great. People can play random maps and rate them after the match, and it's a great system that I hope thrives. And the last thing I want to touch on, as a big music nerd, is the fucking amazing score by Dan Romer and Hammock. Dan Romer's score really brings Hope County alive with a sense of tranquility and optimism. In my opinion, is the absolute heart of the game. Hammock takes his songs and reinterprets them into an ambient dreamscape that elevates the experience to something I would never expect from a game like this. There are some truly beautiful scenes that I found myself savoring as much as I could. I loved the music and equated to being 50% of the identity of this game. It is the essence and personality to this otherwise fun and chaotic first-person shooter. To wrap things up, this is the best Far Cry has ever felt. And even though two major sections of the game felt a bit empty story-wise, I still had a blast playing it. The moments that were good were great, accompanied by a stellar score, wealth of content, beautiful visuals, and a great story. Far Cry 5 is an experience I will remember for being more than just a fun shoot-'em-up. For that, I'm giving Far Cry 5 a B+, very strong B+. Wanted to go with A-, but there was a little bit of weakness to the story, as I said earlier, with the two brothers that I felt were lackluster. But this is the best Far Cry has ever been. Hopefully you found this review entertaining, helpful, insightful, something worth debating or arguing with me about. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Far Cry 5. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. Hopefully you guys beat it soon, because I would like to do a spoiler talk about the ending. But yeah, that's going to do it for this review. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, let me know. And yeah, hang around for more episodes coming out this week. Until then, my name's Seth, and have a good one, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider hitting the like button. We'd really appreciate it. And if you want more weekly content, hit the subscribe button. You can always find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter at Tasty Loot Gaming. And as always, thanks for watching.